Hi everybody, International Master Mon Hambleton here, bringing you the Round 3 recap of the Chess.com Pro Chess League. Once again, we had the Montreal Chessbrahs doing battle with the Buenos Aires Krakens just a couple days ago. This was the third round. Montreal was 2-0 before this match, which we did lose 8.5 to 7.5, so we moved 2 wins, 1 loss on the season so far. Still in very good standing in the league overall, and we're definitely still hopeful for a playoff spot eventually. But this is our first loss of the season, so I wanted to give a breakdown and especially look at some of the key moments that were missed where our team actually could have come away with the victory, because we actually lost by the slimmest of margins. As close as you can come to losing match, 8.5, 7.5. That's what we had. So it was a real nail biter this week. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, on a high note, Grandmaster Li Chow, who is just dominating the league so far. He's played every game for the Chessbrahs, and he currently has 11 out of 12 points. That is simply ridiculous. On board 1, 11 out of 12 is top in the league, and he also has the top performance in the league. So Li Chow is a guy that nobody else in the entire league really can lean on their board 1 the way that we can. Now, of course, that can become an over-reliance, but Li Chow, dominating performance this week, 3.5 points out of 4. Right off the bat in the first round here, Li Chow was black against Sandro Moreco, Grandmaster from Argentina, and from what was a very unassuming opening, black just plays the move Queen A5, and all of a sudden this pawn on E4 is simply under attack, and a move like Bishop D3, it already might start failing to certain tactics in the center of the board. At the very least, we lose our bishop pair. So white calmly plays the move Queen D2 to get out of the pin against the king, and black simply plays the move Knight to B3. Just a simple fork, simple tactic. That was the matchup on board 1 between Li Chow and Sandro Moreco. That went in our favor in round 1. I also managed to win against the respective board 3, so we started off with 2.5 to 1.5 victory during the first round. So Li Chow once again beating the board 1 very effortlessly. This was probably his easiest game actually, just falling for a simple tactic. So just once again, Li Chow completely on form here. He's playing up to well beyond anyone's expectations. So 11 out of 12 on the season for him. Also a best game prize under his belt. The guy is a real carry. But on to our missed chances, we go into the next round where lafawn playing black here against Alan Pichot. I just beat Grandmaster Pichot in the first round in a pretty exciting game that went down to the final seconds. My opponent actually flagged. And here lafawn had the chance to play D3, just a picturesque tactic here, where if knight takes D3, we have rook E8, and this king has nowhere to go. And if rook takes D3, then we have rook E8 once again, and the only move, king D1, is answered by rook to F1. And look at the bishop and rooks, how they cover every single square here for the white king. And finally, if king takes, then we have rook to D8, and there's no way to defend this rook after the king moves. We would have rook to E8, and there's going to be material falling here, so D3 would have been a lights-out tactic there had lafawn found it in this position here. That chance was missed. lafawn would actually go on to lose this game despite being a pawn up here. Big missed opportunity for the Chessbrahs there, as our board 4 was very close to a huge Grandmaster upset. Alexander Lisiège, Grandmaster on board 2 for the Chessbrahs, had an off week, only managed 1 point out of 4 this week. And the enemy team that we were facing had 3 GMs and then a 2250, so you can imagine we really had to score those points against the 2250. This is the game. Christian Sanhueza from Argentina, about 2250 FIDE, is playing Alexander Lisiège here, and Lisiège has an easy choice to just take this pawn here, followed by C7 being hanging. White's just up a pawn. Black can try for compensation, but something like rook F8, maybe just rook F3, take, rook B2, rook C7, and this is probably a winning endgame for white, or at the very least the best way to play. But Lisiège actually thought that he was calculating a forced win by playing rook C7, allowing rook F8 and rook takes F2. But as we play the game forward, the 2200 actually spots a game-ending tactic here, rook E4, the only move in the position and actually a completely winning move. The rook is going to be hanging next, and If you move the king, like king f3 or king g5, then you simply take the rook. So white has no choice but to take. And after black gets a queen, it's just a forced checkmate sequence. So big missed opportunity there for the Chessbrahs. Once again, Grandmaster Lisiège goes down to the 2250 board 4 for the Buenos Aires Krakens. That was a crucial game that Lisiège was actually winning and just decided to go for a fancy victory instead of the technical win, which he knew he had on the board. So that was a big missed opportunity there. Continuing on, we have Alain Pichot once again playing white here against Lisiège, and this is just speaking to the kind of week that Lisiège was having. In a normal position, after pawn takes pawn, rook takes pawn, Lisiège thinks that he's got a winning sequence with knight b2, but just forgets about queen b5, and the whole house falls there. The rook on e8 is hanging with checkmate, the knight on b2 is falling. There's no knight takes a4, which he was intending because of mate. So once again, an easy tactic like that, just those one move tactics, all of a sudden, the game is just over, and he simply resigned here. So Lisiège with a lot of missed opportunities this week, and that's not to take anything away from him because he actually beat the board 1 from Buenos Aires, Sandro Moreco, in an extremely nice game with white. So his chess was there. He clearly demonstrated that, but blundering these one move tactics is not going to cut it, and you simply have to get the job done against a lower rated player. So again, another reason that we were down so much this week was the Li Chow 3.5 as usual, but Lisiège and lafawn not playing up to, I think, what they were expecting to score this week. Moving on to the very last round, we actually had a lead in this match, 5-3 or 6-3 at one point even, but it actually ended up being 6-6 going into the final round. Li Chow won his game, so 7-6 for the Chessbrahs. And then it came down to that game we just looked at with Lisiège, which unfortunately he blundered that piece for the final round loss. And I had this game against Grandmaster Perez Ponza, who also scored 3.5 out of 4 on the week. He was decimating everyone. In this position, he played the move a4, I played the move b4, and my opponent just played a5, a4, so I was really expecting a takes b3, and to be honest, I have no idea why he didn't play it, but he came up with this kind of incredible move b5, and after I moved the bishop, he has the follow-up move to b5, e5, just breaking the center wide open. If black doesn't play that move, I think white plays h4, bishop c3 consolidates. There's no way I should lose this with the closed nature of the position, but e5, breaking the whole position wide open. After he sacks a piece on e5, I've got g5 hanging, my rook hanging, f4 is coming, and then this bishop comes into the game. And to be honest, after knight h3, knight takes f4, queen takes g5, in this position I just resigned. Very low on time, and I didn't see any answer to this move. I don't know where I'm going to put my king. This bishop is coming in, and I simply didn't know what to do here, guys. So this position is actually dead lost. I just got crushed this game. This was the final round. Lafawn actually managed to draw against the first board from the Buenos Aires Krakens, so he had a very good game against them, but unfortunately we needed him to win to make up for the rest of the team's results. A very, very close match. We lost 8.5 to 7.5. That's as close as you can come to a match, but still losing it. So we thought we could have done it this week, but a lot of missed opportunities. That was it. The board 2 for Buenos Aires, 3.5 out of 4, performed very well, but we really had some missed chances because their board 4 actually scored 1.5 points, which is more than our board 2 and our board 4. So that being said, I got 2 points on the week. Lafawn and Lisiège 1 point each, and Li Chow with 3.5. It's a real shame we couldn't pull it out. But that being said, we did try our best, and like I said, it's just missed opportunities that we're looking to correct for next week. So that being said, next week is the next match. The Carolina Cobras are our next opponent, and that takes place on February the 1st. And actually it's at 6:40 Eastern Time. 6:40 Eastern Time, and that'll be live on the Chessbrahs channel. Miodrag Perunovic, International Master, will be giving commentary as he has the last 3 weeks. And interesting to note about that team, they don't really have anybody over 2270 rated on their team, but I believe that they've scored a couple victories, match victories against much higher rated opposition, including last week they beat the New Jersey Knockouts, which had at least 2 to 3 GMs on their team. So they're not to be taken lightly, but we are the big rating favorites going in, so we're hoping to score a win there and move to 3-1 on the season. But as usual, we'll have to stay tuned until next week. We hope you guys come out and support our team. We're obviously disappointed with the result this week, but a very, very narrow loss, and we're looking to jump back on our feet next week with a victory. So that was a quick recap of lots of missed opportunities and a very close match that could have gone either way going into the final round. Chow continues to dominate, and we await the return of Grandmaster Eric Hansen when he might make his debut for the Chessbrahs. So until next week, guys, thanks for watching.